Reverting back to the perspective of 9S, whilst recalibrating his system, his curiosity leads him into hacking Yorha's classified server. Here he discovers the truth of their deceptive system and humanity's extinction, undermining the purpose he believed he was serving. This revelation represents a loss of innocence and a confrontation with existential truth. If Adam had not meddled with his mind, he would have continued to live under naive obedience. Knowing this, 9S begins to question everything: Yorha, the machines, and even his own identity. Alas, awaking from his slumber, he is informed of 2B and Pascal's encounter with the cult. To be of aid, he hacks into the machines at the factory and guides his companions to safety. Upon returning to the resistance camp, it is revealed that the machines had become maniacal, attacking and even consuming members of the resistance. They act on behalf of Eve, who grieves the loss of his brother. Adam's life purpose was to become more human, an objective which he ultimately fulfilled. However, unlike Adam, Eve gave little thought to philosophy or meaning. His life revolved entirely around his brother. Adam's death left Eve feeling abandoned and vengeful. His hate is not calculated like Adam, but a raw, consuming grief. He concludes that without his brother by his side, life is utterly meaningless, and thus everything must die. Ironically, Adam spoke of hatred as the meaning of life, yet it is Eve who embodies it. In a fit of rage, Eve begins lashing out violently. A final confrontation takes place, which sees 2B battling with her sword, whilst 9S utilizes his hacking ability to weaken the opposition. In hacking into Eve, 9S exposes himself to the logic virus, a corrupting code embedded in the machine network. Once inside, the virus rewrites an android's code, overriding their free will and turning them hostile against their own kind. Following a drawn-out battle, 2B eliminates Eve with a final thrust of her blade. In the aftermath, it is revealed that 9S had become corrupted by the virus. He reassures 2B by reminding her that he can always reload his backup data from the bunker. However, 2B states that in doing so, he will lose himself, the self which exists in this very moment. For those attuned to the details, a pattern can be recognized, a cycle of 9S selflessly giving his life and losing his memory. This is no coincidence, but an inevitability by design. Despite being labeled as a battle android, 2B in truth is an executioner-type unit. Upon creation, she was ordered to observe 9S during operations and ensure that he would not discover the true nature of Yorha. This was a contingency put in place to prevent the truth of humanity spreading and the possibility of betrayal as seen with the rogue android A2. Scanner-type droids are curious by nature. Every instance in which 9S was verging on discovering the truth, 2B was forced to eliminate him and reset his memory. It is said that over the years, 2B was made to kill 9S 48 times, acts which weigh heavily upon her. Despite her stoic exterior, 2B expresses immense pain and guilt as she's once again forced to fulfill her duty. Reluctantly, she squeezes his neck until he is at rest. As tears rain down from her face, her cold grip slowly turns into a warm embrace. Suddenly, the destroyed pieces of machines around the battlefield begin sending data transmissions, resonating with each other. Before she could take action, a large machine emerges and reveals itself to be 9S. He explains that his personality was left in the machine network when he became corrupted, allowing him to regenerate his sense of self through the machines. 2B expresses her relief that 9S survived and takes the offer of his hand. 9S's pursuit of truth is noble, but has repeatedly cost him his life and bond with 2B. Just as the androids and machines are locked in an endless war, 2B and 9S are confined to their own tragic loop of futility and repetition.
What is it that separates machines from androids like us? The machines have gained emotions, consciousness. The final screams they summoned on the edge of death. They still echo within me.